Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my football/soccer podcast. I'm back after a break, after things died down from the World Cup. Starting back up with Mexican League Soccer, LigaMx. So let's get started talking about LigaMx at first. The standings have been all in America's favor. Club America's won all their games. They have 9 points after 3 jornadas. So they're at the top of the league. They've been doing really well with Oribe. Raul Jimenez scored a hat trick in the last game. Oribe scored one. They blew away Puebla, who's just a really bad team. This was the debut for Cuauhtemoc Blanco for Puebla. He did okay. He played in the second half. Didn't play many minutes, but he played. Had some good possession, a few good passes, but the other team was just horrific and not very good for Puebla at all. America just tore him up. Scored, I think it was 4-0 or something like that. And other big teams, Tigres has 5 points. They're fifth place right now. There's some controversy with Pulido and Tigres. Apparently some issues with contracts and faking of signatures and things like that. Pulido's trying to go to Europe. Tigres isn't letting him. So there's some issues going on. And there's an article I read about a history of Tigres and the problems that they've been having with the same issue, the same fake signatures going on in contracts or whatnot. Chivas lost in one of their games against AC Milan 3-0. I didn't see it, but it seemed to be pretty bad. They have 4 points in the league and are not too far down. Pumas is 12th, Cruz Azul 14. And the typical teams down on the lower end of the table. Cruz Azul 14 is pretty down low. So the upcoming games we have some interest. The interesting one that I want to watch is the Tigres and America. That should be a pretty good game. Tonight, Friday, August 8th, we got Morelia and Tijuana, Veracruz, Monterrey, Santos Laguna, Querétaro. 3 games tonight. The rest tomorrow, except for 2 on Sunday. Pumas and Atlas on Sunday, and Guadalajara and Toluca as well. So Chiapas León on Saturday, Pachuca Guadalajara, that might be an interesting one. Cruz Azul Puebla, that's going to probably be a blowout by Puebla or by Cruz Azul. So the Pachuca Guadalajara, that might be a good one to watch. I haven't seen Guadalajara yet. I don't think they're playing well. Interesting enough, Cubo Torres in Chivas USA at the MLS, he's been doing real well. He played an All-Star game. I think got an assist. Speaking of MLS All-Star game, I don't agree with an All-Star game. That's, I think, an American thing. The NBA has an All-Star game. Major League Baseball has an All-Star game. There's no one else in soccer does an All-Star game, but that's just the way they did it. And that was pretty interesting because in the MLS All-Star game, I think the MLS players played hard out, and Pep Guardiola for Bayern sort of was like thinking it was a practice game or an exhibition type of game. MLS players were going hard. I think they ended up winning the game with one of the goals I saw was pretty nice. Landon, I think, scored. They injured one of the German players in the game. Pep Guardiola at the end of the game was during the game was complaining. I think at the end of the game didn't even shake the other coach's hand. Left and was complaining to the refs and complaining to everyone else, and so that was some drama, some interesting things happening over there. So Cuauhtemoc America got blown out by America. Chicharito in this international Champions League competition, whatever tournament they made up for the tours for Real Madrid and Manchester United and some other teams in the U.S. Manchester United played Real Madrid on Saturday. Last Saturday, that was a good game. Chicharito came on and looked dangerous immediately. in the second half and actually scored a pretty nice goal against Iker Casillas. Iker looks like he's going downhill. I know Keylor Navas is over there as well. Iker's probably going to get some starts unless he messes up. But I mean, I don't see him. I see him possibly messing up. I think his days are over. So Keylor came in at the right time. And other transfer stuff in Europe. Actually, back to the Chicharito. I've been going back and forth on whether he should stay in Manchester or not. I think he should stay, but with this attitude lately of Van Gaal saying that, yeah, he did score a goal, but he played bad in some other instances of the game, it just seems like it's all negativity coming out of him. So I don't think I would like him not to stay, but the risk with him leaving is the club he's going to is going to be a poor club. Are they going to get Champions League qualification? He probably will have a better chance of starting on the team, but is he going to get the midfield to assist him, to give him those passes, those crosses, and complement his game? So that's what Chicharito needs, and I want to see him succeed. I want to see him start and get more minutes, and if that means leaving Manchester for another team, that might be a risk I'm thinking he needs to take. And Van Gaal has been getting on my nerves with these comments. An interesting thing that came up is Rafa Marquez is going to Verona, Italy, playing there. He's 35, I think, years old, so he's getting up there, and this was a surprise. Leon, I think, is going to be still competitive in LigaMx, but definitely without Rafa, they're missing something. So we'll see how long that takes at his age, how long he stays there, and how well he does. In other news, Memo went to Malaga. Played his first game, I think, got one goal scored against him, but it sounds like he played a pretty good game. So it'll be interesting to see him in Spain now doing well in the goalkeeper position. Aquino got transferred to another Spanish team. So now back in the Yellow Submarine is Giovanni and his brother. So we'll see how that goes. Carlos Vela is still with Real Sociedad. So I got a lot of interest in the Spanish league this year. Real Madrid, of course, has James, Ronaldo, and the other dude, I forget his name, but they've got a powerful looking offense going there. So it should be an interesting Liga. Also, I guess the final thing, the CONCACAF Champions League started, I think, yesterday or a couple days ago. Only interesting things that happened were that Leon beat Isidro Metapan pretty easily, 4-0 or 4-2. Cruz Azul tied Alajuelense, which is a Costa Rican team. That they're not bad, but Cruz Azul still should be beating that team. It's a qualification, so the top team and the top out of 3 teams in each of these groups, which there are 8 of them, is going to qualify. Upcoming Mexican teams are Pachuca, let's see, and America. So this might be an interesting matchup in the CONCACAF Champions League. We got America, I think, have to win it this time. Pachuca, Leon possibly could. Cruz Azul, I doubt. Unless they turn it around. And then Pachuca, who knows. But for the United States, the only challenge is they have Kansas City, New York Red Bulls, DC United, Portland Timbers. I don't see anyone doing anything except Portland Timbers, possibly. But America and Cruz and Leon could take them out easily enough. Possibly Pachuca, but that would be a hard one. And then Cruz Azul possibly as well if they get their act together. So it looks like it's always challenging when it gets later on, but Mexican teams have what they need to take this on and win the CONCACAF. So that should be it for this episode. Follow me on Twitter, Beto_ATX. After all this time, todavía no era penal. And we will talk to you guys later.